Hey, welcome back to Eye on the Ball here on 1030 The Voice. I'm Steve Rivera, your host. And now in studio, I have a threesome with Al-Ghaith, Renee, Patterson, and Bob Dorson. Thank you, Bob, for being here as well.
I am here.
Cheer them on.
Bob's our backup.
I met Val and
Bob's
Renee
our backup.
about a month ago or 6 weeks ago at the Lute Olson Fantasy Camp. Bob was there kind of as an observer. How would I describe you? Into health and fitness, but bodybuilders, not bodybuilders, fitness?
So we're fitness professionals. We teach group fitness classes. We're personal trainers. We are...
wellness coaches as well.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of mind and body?
Mind
And body.
Yep, mind
Don't
and
you have
body.
to start this? I'm a guy who asks weird questions. But
Bring it
kind of,
on, Steve.
So, weird question. Don't you have to start in your head before you get the rest of the body straight?
Absolutely.
So they're not that weird questions. Either.
No, not at all. 100%.
Yeah, the weirder the better, actually. And you have to battle. There's so much that you have to internally battle in your head before you can physically, think that you're prepared or be prepared or prepare for something. You have to first be mentally...
Believe that you can.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Belief is huge.
Do you kind of have to say, the people that do it says, okay, I got to spend X amount of time. I'm able to do it. Do you kind of not shy people away, but do you kind of say, I'm sorry, you just don't have what it takes?
Oh, no.
No?
Yeah.
No, because
No
if they,
way.
sometimes you can say, oh, like me, I'll be like, you guys are going to kill me.
No, we would start with, literally first asking you what it is exactly that you are looking to do. Do you want to just feel good on a regular basis? Do you want to lose weight? Because they're literally two different
everybody
things.
has a different goal.
Yep.
And it kind of just depends on individual goals.
So that you kind of build around that.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah. So
And many people realize they don't feel well until they actually start to feel well. So we start there.
Right. So you might hurt, and then start to feel okay. Is that what you're talking about? Know what I'm saying? You say, oh, God, it's like a climber's remorse. Have you heard of that term? You're going through one tall hill, and you're halfway through, and you say, I'll never, ever do this again. And then you reach the top, you say, God, I can't wait to do this again.
It's like everything gets worse before it gets better.
Right.
It's true.
And, and it's funny because when somebody lives a certain way for so long,
like me, a schlub.
Yeah. And they feel a certain way. They don't necessarily know maybe that they feel maybe as bad as they do.
Right.
And when they start to have more energy and get more sleep at night and not have headaches anymore, they come to a realization like, hey, you know what?
Where have I been all my life?
Right.
Exactly.
I've needed this.
And we literally, Steve, our entire motto, what we believe in is the key to absolute optimal wellness is movement, moving your body, and sleep. And obviously to get, the most, optimal movement and sleep, you need to efficiently fuel your body at least 80% of the time correctly so that you are kind of strengthening your organs and just preparing your organs for that.
So where does which ones goes first? Is it the food, the fuel, the exercise, the sleep? God, I miss sleep.
You know what?
It's food and sleep.
Yes, but I think it comes. We have to make a decision before we do anything. So
we, as in the people.
Yes, just anything in life. I mean, we have to make a decision and a choice to do something before even beginning anything. So
and that starts with commitment.
That
and we
starts
were
with
talking about
commitment.
that. Declare what it is you are willing to do or not do.
Right.
First. Stand by your word.
So then where do you start? Like if someone like me or Bob, Bob's already a fit man. I hate you, Bob. So but the guy, just a regular dude or a woman just comes in and says, do you start asking them what's right, what's good for you, what do you want, and all that?
Yeah, so we assess what their goals are, and we go from there. So some people, their goal may be to eat better, have their nutrition improve. Some people will want to exercise more or lose weight. So we go with, what their initial goal is. Some people will come in and actually not really necessarily know exactly what they need.
Right.
So we kind of take it from there. And
it always starts with, obviously we ask how much sleep they're getting, but always the root is, what are you eating?
Yes.
Even if you want to feel good, even if you want to lose weight, think.
Yeah.
And how much better we can get you feeling, Steve.
No, let me
Yes.
tell you, I eat horribly. In fact, I've lost 10 pounds or 12 pounds in the last 6 weeks.
Woot.
Nice.
But it's because of the starting of the eating better,
Yes.
eating less, and all that. But God, do I miss that other good stuff.
But we have to tell people that it's not your fault. We live in a society. Everywhere you turn your head, there is accessibility to fast food. There's every corner. Everywhere you look, it's there. It's
I'm writing
hard
this down to give
avoid.
to my doctor.
Oh,
it's
my
not my
goodness.
fault.
It's
not my fault.
It's not my fault.
Well, it's not your fault in terms of but it is your choice if you choose to turn the steering wheel and kind of get in that line.
Let me go back. It's not my fault. Val
Kreme.
said.
Well,
No, but you're right. You're right. You're the, what do you call it, master of your own domain, or what are your temple? You can
Pretty much.
you deserve. You decide to put in it.
Right, and I mean, it's your skin's also your largest organ, so that's part of it as well. People are using. I mean, we're talking about fast food. That's sugar, but there's also artificial sweeteners. There's all kinds of pesticides and antibiotics. But it's also, we even go further into helping educate people about what's on their skin as well.
Yes.
Because what you put on your skin gets instantly 26 seconds into your bloodstream, and if you're allergic to something, gluten or something citrus, and you're using that shampoo or lotion, you will have that same adverse reaction.
And you don't know until you know.
You don't know until you know.
Absolutely.
Until you ask.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How long have you guys been doing this?
Oh gosh, it's been about 20 years.
Oh, really?
20 years for me.
Let's see.
Yeah, 20 years.
17, 2006, I became a personal trainer.
Maybe even longer.
And
2006,
Yeah.
2007.
We've always been active all our life. Renee was a runner when she was. Bob came out of the womb this way when she was in I don't know, was it high
So
school?
I grew up as I ran track and cross country. And
Oh, you probably the same weight that you were. Those people
actually,
just, they're
okay,
like
no,
Forrest Gump.
I
They
have
just
to.
run and then they run and they don't stop.
Actually,
When
she
I
looked
started
different back
college,
then.
I really did gain that freshman, whatever it was, 15, but
Yes.
mine was more like 20 and 25. So I have been there for a moment and gone, oh, I don't think so.
She
How
definitely
long did
looks
that
better.
probably didn't last long.
Yeah, not really, because it was not a good feeling.
You didn't
yeah.
feel right.
But when I was in middle school, 12 and 13 years old, I went to the Junior Olympics for track and cross country. So it was just such an experience. So I really started super young with, running and soccer and softball. And
So
all
you
that.
had that already in you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you kind of knew what you needed to do.
Right.
Yeah, you must have felt bad that freshman year.
Yeah, it was not fun.
That's funny.
It wasn't, but
Yeah. And you
I'm
probably
actually glad I went through it though, because I actually got to feel, and when I personal trainers, people like to know that we can relate with something,
right.
and
that was 2 days. You were like 2 days.
true.
I felt
no,
bad
it was
for 2
actually
days.
probably a year or so that
Isn't
it
it
was.
funny? And as we're aging, this is in the best shape we've been.
Right.
I think I attribute everything to my dad. He just turned me into a beast. I've always played basketball all my life.
Yes.
I wanted to go to the WNBA, just always athletic, but not the way we are now, because now that we added the element of
Strength.
clean eating, and
Right.
strength and training and just all of that. But again, mindset is everything, and we've grown a lot over the years. I was actually in an car accident last year, October, life-threatening, where I rolled 4 times. My son and I were rear-ended. We rolled 4 times, flipped over the median. I was ejected out of the car, the side passenger window, and then the car landed on top of me. So I know. And so I was in rehab for 2.5 months. I was in a wheelchair until the beginning of this year. Middle of January, I started walking again.
She had to learn to walk again.
You are a miracle, Val.
No.
Yes.
You're a miracle.
Well,
Wait.
and
There's something. How do you know what? Flip 4 times like a 1.
I don't know.
But the thing where she's getting is we attribute it to our exercise, our good
sure.
eating, our, taking care of our bodies inside and out.
Yeah, exactly. And that the rehab doctor said, we don't know, you could be 6 months when you're back to exercising, or, it could be longer. My mom told me after everything, we were not really sure if you were ever going to walk. And I remember Renee telling me, I didn't know if you were going to be back to teaching at the level that you were, doing certain tuck jumps and jumping in the air, just doing those things. But I said, oh, heck no, this is not acceptable. It's just, you have to want it. And then we're here to inspire people, no matter
Absolutely.
whatever their hump is or their block that's stopping them, you know, I want to let people know that if you believe that you can, if you really, and everyone's heard this before, but it's always worded differently again. Exactly. If you believe it, if you really want it, if you're not trying and you're just like, oh, I'm going to throw in the towel, I accept this is my life and there's nothing I can do about it. And that is complete BS. Absolutely. Right. You have every bit of control in what you do.
So how long did it take from you to get from under the car to being the person you were again?
Well, this was October 29th, right? And then I was in UMC for a week in trauma, and then I was in. So it was, and I remember, you know, they wheeled me into the rehab gym, you know, and to me, I'm used to being in a gym with dumbbells and, you know, big
lifting
machines,
weights,
and this is people trying to
high
walk
intensity interval training, like burpees and tuck jumps.
Freaking out. I'm like, I don't belong here. This is not my setting. And really, truly humbled me. It was months. It was 6 months. I didn't go back to
April
teaching.
Of the next year.
Yeah, so, it was April, May, I think is when I started group fitness.
So just like yesterday almost, 4 or 5 months ago.
It wasn't that long ago. It was not that long ago. Wow. And that's why we're doing this fitness competition too, to show we've never done a fitness competition. We're doing bikini, and Renee's doing evening gown. I'm doing bikini and athletic and inspiration.
You can actually pick the categories?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
we can pick the categories.
That's cool.
We'll talk about this on the other side of this break here.
Absolutely.
On 10:30 The Voice. Thanks so much. Hey, welcome back to Eye on the Ball here on 10:30 The Voice. I'm Steve Rivera. I'm here with
Al-Ghaith.
Al-Ghaith. I was saying.
You'll get it. Next commercial break, Steve.
It's easy. But the next commercial break, we're done.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't think we have too many more breaks.
You'll be home tonight in bed.
Al-Ghaith. Yes. I messed it up again. And Renee Patterson. I got that one pretty easy.
That one's easy.
So you girls were talking about playing in, not playing, I'll say playing, but you guys compete in this big thing in a couple weeks, right?
Yes.
In Phoenix. How many women are competing in that?
Gosh, you know, I don't know an exact number.
Hundreds.
Well, we found out what number you are. So
I did.
Probably,
that's right. I'm number 44.
Yeah, there's probably, I don't even know. And I know they're all different around the world. So this is our first actually international physique league competition.
Could be, we're assuming if I'm 40, I'm sure there's. Well, actually, to be honest with you, the athletic category that I'm competing in, I just found out I'm the only one.
Really?
Yes.
In that particular category.
Yeah. So there's so many categories: men's athletic, women's bodybuilding, women's bikini, and there's also novice, pro, this, that, and the other. So
Masters.
I just found out I was the only one in novice. So I will. No pressure, right?
No, it's
Lights on me.
You're going to be on the podium.
Yeah. Yes, you will.
I don't even know how that works.
That'll be good. So this is your first. Why this long to do this?
Good question. Yes.
I do have one of those every now and again.
God.
We have an amazing woman at the gym we work at, and her name is Sylvia. And this is her 4th competition. And she came to us and said, hey, you guys, I think you would be absolutely wonderful at this.
Yes, we were asked
we were asked to do it. And we both have totally different, well, not totally different, where we do it, you know, obviously we're into fitness, we're into health. But
right.
we do kind of have separate reasons why we're actually doing this.
And we thought about doing this years. We've talked about this a lot. And it's just, it all boils down to opportunity. And, you know, just finally actually doing it. And we, again, took it on for different reasons. I took it on to show, look how far I can come, you know, from being underneath that car, like we said. And Renee, too, going through.
Yeah, and for me, it was more of, you know, we're in shape, we're healthy, but no matter what, as a human being, we can always better ourselves.
Sure.
Even that much. Because people will say, you know, how are you going to get more in shape? Like, what do you...
that's the first question we always get.
We say, you know what? We're doing it, and we're going to show you.
Right.
You know, so
it's mentoring. This is a dumb question. You can say, Steve, that was a dumb question.
Steve, that was a dumb question.
I usually get that before I ask the dumb question. Could I ask how old you are? Is that a criteria?
Oh, no. Of course.
Of course.
So I just did.
Yes, you did.
So does that... is there like an age range in this thing, too?
There
So, you know what? Yes, there is. There's different, so we're novice, you know, obviously we're just starting, but you can enter categories for your age. Like there's a 30 and up, a 40 and up. That's called the masters and and obviously when you start winning, it's pro. But Yes. So different age categories.
How old are you?
Good question.
How old are
Good
you?
question.
So
No.
I am 46 years old.
Uh-huh.
I'm 41.
So you guys, right now, probably wheelhouse of know who you are.
Yes.
I think that's important, doesn't it? You got to know
40
who
is
you
on
are.
the new
yes.
team.
You know, you probably wouldn't have
Totally.
done this at 22.
Oh, no.
Does that make sense?
No. Yes, it
Yeah,
makes
you-
sense. Oh no. Yes.
Life
absolutely.
experience,
Mhm.
definitely.
Experiences.
And just both of us coming out of personal, just personal
Trauma or
Cra-
whatever.
yeah,
Last
exactly.
couple years,
Trauma
yeah.
in different ways and shapes and forms. This was the right time. This was absolutely the right time.
Right.
And again, we get told all the time because we've inspired people through. We have boot camp. We have the personal training. But and again, we can be kind of that inspiration for people and motivation that
Mhm.
you just always can. Once again, it goes back to belief. You just always can if you want to.
So let me say, I know that you ran cross country. You said that
Mhm.
earlier. Did you play a sport or sports?
I play basketball.
But basketball. So I say this all the time on this show because it's a sports show. If you didn't know, realize that competitors love to compete. Whether if they don't compete, they find other avenues to compete.
Right.
So does this kind of help you motivate with that?
Oh yeah.
You know, because you guys
Oh, yeah.
get to compete with either yourselves or
Yes.
yourself or whatever.
It's always about bettering yourself too. And can you think you actually can? And even if people don't think that they are competitive by nature, when you are up against, just
Mhm.
anything, when you end up doing something with a group of people, who doesn't want to
well,
be?
and that's our group
the
fitness,
best.
teaching group fitness classes.
Mhm.
Right.
Our goal, and obviously it's a passion that we have, but our goal is to have these people out there each time they come back go, oh my gosh, I jumped higher today. Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
lifted
Right,
more today.
right.
And for us, we know that we're doing our job by,
Yeah.
getting better with what we're doing to help these people
And
out
the
there as well.
adrenaline, I mean, talk about crack. I don't.
Yeah.
I've never.
Yeah, Val's like the Energizer bunny. She's just like,
We get so energized by, being up there, getting into the music, going through the choreography, pushing people, yelling
yes,
at people,
it's awesome.
being, in a good, happy,
Mhm.
hard ass way.
Just energy, good energy.
So let me ask each of you, what's the best moment of this? You might have different thoughts of it. What's like your good day, or what's your part of this the motivation for other people, the motivation for yourself? Give me that moment of the crack that you talked about.
So the moment of the crack, like when I'm the moment of the crack, it's when you are in the zone, dialed in, energy is high, you're, doing what you're doing, everybody's responding.
Yes, participating
and
yes.
responding to what you're doing. Now this is when I'm talking about when we're on stage. In this competition, the moment of all of that is when we can stay on the regimen, the daily regimen, because this is a strict meal plan.
Mhm.
It's very hard. It's very challenging, and we call each other constantly, daily, minutely to get through it. Like we're in an area where we can't have carbs right now, so to be able to effectively
So we get
through
hangry.
the day, yes, we do. To get through the day without, just freaking out or grabbing something that we can't eat. I mean, that's it. It makes you feel accomplished.
Do you know when you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes,
You
it's
know
a great
when you-
question. That is
It's a great question.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's two, Bobby. You counted. That's two great questions.
Everybody knows when they
Yes.
know, too.
Oh,
Think
yeah.
about when you really, truly, like if you tell someone, oh, yeah, I contacted 5 people today, and you really only contacted or talked to one, you're lying through your teeth. You know when
You're
you've
lying.
actually really done something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
for
it's
You
sure.
say-
know when you've
say
won
for
the
you-
day.
say for
Yes,
you,
absolutely.
That you can know what you know. But
Mhm.
give me that moment, that sweet spot where you know, okay, God, this is fun, or this is.
No, what would you say, Val?
She just
so
did.
many of them.
So you guys work in partnership that you do the same class?
We teach the same programs,
same
and
programs.
sometimes we teach together, and then sometimes we'll do the class separately, just depending on.
Right. So when's the competition?
October 12th.
So are you October 12th? So that's like, let's say 3 weeks away. So you no carbs now? What do you?
carbs.
What do you?
Not
What do you
very
eat? Cardboard
many.
now, or what do you allow?
Another great question. That's
Cardboard.
going to be 3. You go first. What do you eat, Renee?
Well, we eat very
know.
minimal carbohydrates and lots of protein. We need to sustain our muscles and
So when does that
Yeah,
change? When does that change to real food?
Actually, it's actually our Sylvia, who she was talking about, just sent us our last meal plan today. So I'm a vegan, so that's where Renee and I differ. The only place that we differ, which means I don't eat animal protein and dairy, even though we can't have any dairy in this diet anyway. But so like right now, it's the shredding phase where everything comes together and your skin gets really tight and sucks in and this, and that, and the other. So that we literally are not allowed to have, and we're talking complex carbohydrates like sweet potato, brown rice, quinoa. We are not allowed to have those. Right now we're having,
So I can give you an example of what a day
you
looks
have
like.
20 seconds to do this.
Okay, so as far as she's a vegan, I am not. But if we're not on the vegan, it's fish, white fish, white fish, white fish.
Oh,
That's
I
it.
like that diet.
That's
I can
it.
do
That's
that
it.
and
It's
shrimp
all
and all that.
And my
Little
equivalent
olive
of white fish is white mushrooms, onion, broccoli, and asparagus, and a whole lot of no sugar, no dairy protein powder.
Together, that's a pretty good meal.
It's a pretty good meal.
Yeah.
And we have our own companies. It's called Arbonne, and we have our own online business, and that's where we get our supplements, our protein, and that's where the protein powder that we drink.
Hello, ladies. I need a sponsor.
Yeah.
Yes,
good.
absolutely.
Well, good luck this week. I got about 30 seconds. Good luck in a couple.
Thank
October 12th in
you.
Phoenix.
Yes.
October 12th. If anyone wants to question us, can we give our
please,
email?
Please.
So our email is Renee and Val. Where did I write it? Oh yeah, Renee and Val 7, the number 7 @gmail.com.
Great.
Yep. Facebook is our names, Renee Patterson
And Valerie Al-Ghaith.
Great. Well, thanks for coming in,
Yes.
ladies.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
so
Appreciate
much.
it. I feel healthy already.
Oh, Steve.
You look healthier.
Yeah, 10:30
You
The
just
Voice.
let us know what you need. Remember, it's that belief.
Thanks.
Bye.